Ahoy VC, welcome to the Personal Oasis. This is the Blind Island, and today I'm jumping in on another vinyl thread. It's for Chris Propfe's Drop the Mic vinyl thread. If you have not checked out Chris's channel, I highly suggest it. Super cool dude. I really like his content. Now, today, to honor the Drop the Mic thread, I'm actually not going to have any edits in this video, so I'm just going to kind of go full bore. If I trip, stumble, I know that I do in my videos anyway, I apologize, but I really want to just drop the mic, drop any pretense, and go full bore into this. I'm going to do a take 5. I know that some people in the VC have been doing take 10s, but I think that just keeping it to a nice, concise 5 albums will be the best way for me to go about this. So I've got 5 records here. I tried to dig a little deeper, not just do all live albums, because that would be pretty easy to do, I think. So let's start with our first record here, and that is Otis Redding's The Dock of the Bay. Talk about a guy who could really drop the mic. He was one of the greatest soul singers of all time, and this was his first posthumous release, and every time I listen to this record, I can't help but feel a waning sense of melancholia, thinking about what could have been if he had continued to live, because he really sounded like he was starting to adapt his sound and change a little bit, but man, it is such a great record. It's first pressing on the Volt label. I love that center label. I always found that jolt of electricity, that lightning bolt that was going through, really just accentuates what type of music you're about to be listening to, and it truly was electric every single time. Love this album. I love Otis, and really a good one for dropping the mic. So, next one that I have here is Mr. John Coltrane's Sunship. This was taken from some sessions, from his final sessions with his famous quartet, right when he was starting to get really wild with his free jazz experimentation. They're kind of pieced and cobbled together, but even the piecemeal nature of this album still allows you to just see the brilliance that was John Coltrane. And you're either on the train or not with this record. See what I did there? I did a pun. It was hilarious. Laugh. I know. Thank you. But I totally understand why some people may not enjoy this album. Free jazz isn't everybody's bag, but I really think that it's an album definitely worth exploring and listening to. And the microphone here is just, I love that it's a jazz album with a microphone. You don't see a lot of those usually. And it's the very first image in the foreground that's blurred out. And I love this record. Wonderful album. Another posthumous release, actually, released about, I want to say 6-7 years after he had passed, and still showing the genius that was John Coltrane for many years to come. And this one was featured in my video yesterday, actually. It was in the background of what's on the Personal Oasis. Actually, what we're listening to today is Baby Batter by Harvey Mandel. Great album, and I think that I'm going to start my own thread about underground heroes, so be on the lookout for that to be featured in there. But this is the record that was featured yesterday, and that was Neil Young's Tonight's the Night. Wonderful album. The beginning, I think it's the middle of his trilogy that, I'm forgetting the name of it off the top of my head, but it started with his live album and ended with On the Beach. Great stuff, and I highly recommend anyone who hasn't listened to this to give it a shot. It's on the Reprise label, and it has those The original pressings have those black labels with it. It's a very aesthetically pleasing album. All of it is drenched in black, and the originals also came with this insert that was basically saying goodbye to Waterface. Really, really good. Has all of the lyrics included as well. Wonderful stuff. Highly recommended for anyone who just wants to proverbially drop that mic. Neil Young's Tonight's the Night. And then next on the list here, sorry, Milliford is just trying to play around with all the records. One of the reasons I edit my videos is that she's always weaving in and out, so we have Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings' Soul of a Woman. Here, obviously, the mic is right front and center to show the lively, ecstatic enthusiasm of a singer of Sharon Jones' caliber. It really was a shame that she passed away of cancer back in 2018, and her legacy is continued on today because she is just one of the greatest neo-soul singers of a generation, in my opinion. And this album, especially at times like this where things are uncertain, there's a lot of joy to be found in this record. The initial pressing was on this gorgeous red vinyl, and I would highly recommend anybody who really loves kind of that Otis Redding, Sam Cooke style of soul singing to get into this Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, because it sounds as though it was recorded right out of the late 60s, early 70s. They turned the red tape on and they just went for it. Great album, highly suggested. And finally, I have my only live album to be featured here, and it's a great one. It's Zappa and the Mothers, Roxy and Elsewhere. This I got for $1 in a dollar bin, and probably one of the best dollar bin snags I've ever had. The vinyl here is excellent, and the electricity of Zappa in this live set at the Roxy Club is just out of this world. So phenomenal. He is just having a good time playing with the audience. His banter is lively, fun, full of the, just wordplay that we're used to hearing with the Zappa album, and also the famous quote that jazz isn't dead, it just kind of smells funny, comes from this record too. If you haven't listened to this album before, it's essential Zappa and the Mothers listening, so go ahead and grab it. Alright guys, so what did you think of this vinyl thread thing that I did? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you say were some good albums that I included in here? Let me know in the comments below. And Chris, I hope that you're having a great day on your own personal oasis. And before I go, I want to shout out a new gentleman to the vinyl community. His name is Christian. He entered into my personal oasis contest. Really, really nice guy. He has just this quality of sincerity that is about him that is kind of rare to see in some people, and I just really enjoy watching his content. You can tell that he's very passionate about the music that he loves. So I'm going to include a link to his channel below. Go ahead and subscribe to him. And I hope that you all have a great day on your own personal oasis. Cheers.